Is Tommy here? Hold on, let me go and post in the things. Hold on. Dude, I'm posting it everywhere, so people know about it. All right, SK versus Navi here on D_Dust2. It seems like there's 10 in the server. Last time SK faced Navi on this map, they blew them out on CT side, getting I think 11 rounds, which isn't usually typical of a map like this. It's usually T-sided. What do you think about that, Tommy, if you're even here?
Well, the same thing actually happened in Navi at in the grand final of SEC as well. Again, just played like a super aggressive CT side where they just kept pushing all over the map and not really letting Navi do anything. They kept getting peeked all over left and right, and they were just kind of out of it for the whole match. It wasn't even really close. I'm not sure if you can really expect it to go that way, like consistently. So I wouldn't really put too much emphasis on the.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing is when I watched Navi in 2010, I used to think that they had the best Dust2 out of all the top teams, or at least maybe not the best, but the most consistent. They would like usually grind out wins. I mean, their Dust2 matches usually weren't like 16-5 wins, but they'd always get those 16-14, 16-13. They'd have those big T sides. They had the potential to come back on CT2 if they didn't get the rounds they needed. But then when 2011 rolled around, all their Dust2 matches, I mean, they've won on it, but whenever they've been in a final on it, they've been obliterated on it. They've just been smashed, and it almost seems like this map isn't favoring them as much as it was in the previous year. Do you have any thoughts of how this match will go down, though? Do you think it'll be more normal this time, with T sides being the bigger half for both teams, or?
Okay, apparently my mumble keeps dying every now and then for some reason. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you'll work now.
Did you hear anything that I said?
No.
Okay, so I was saying that Navi lost in a similar fashion on T-side of Dust2 at SEC when they played again in the grand finals, and what both of those matches have in common is that the CTs were playing a mega aggressive half against Navi. They were just pretty much pushing like lower B every round, pushing outside the long, taking really aggressive picks in middle from Cat, and that's obviously a very good way to play Dust2 CT because you can't really just play back and expect to win rounds. But I think it's really hard to play it that way consistently because you need a lot of money for it.
And the match is live. SK looks like they're doing a standard T-pistol force, getting boosted on the dark spot box, make sure no one can go aggressive on mid. Game is actually paused. I can't really switch any players right now. But Edward, it does look like he's trying to push up the middle. I'm kind of just stuck on him. I don't know if you can spec anyone else.
Well, I have the minimap open, so we have someone from Navi pushed up at long, just holding the corner for now. Someone is going up Cat, I assume that is Markelov. And also, 3 players from SK are outside of B tunnels right now, and the bomb is there as well. So it does look like SK is probably doing something towards the middle or B area right now, or that was actually, or at least the initial plan. Obviously that might change mid-round.
Yeah, Wonder what the pause is for, or something happened. Because if I believe they have delay finally at this tournament.
Yeah.
The first day we actually could just zoom around and fly because in the HLTV, because game pending actually, if there's a delay, happens in the future, not like, so the pause wouldn't have happened from this round, it would happen from a future round.
So I guess while we're paused, are you surprised by any of these map picks by either team?
Actually, I'm actually kind of a little bit surprised that SK let Train through. I don't know what you think, but I do give Navi an edge on Train because I feel like, you know, Navi's just got that super solid CT side. It doesn't seem that Navi has that good of a T side, but their CT side always seems to get them like 12 or 13 rounds if they need it.
Yeah, I definitely think Train favors Navi. Dust 2, normally I would say Navi as well, but they've lost those couple of Dust 2 games recently. Game is unpaused, by the way. And then Mirage, I haven't really seen enough of Navi, so I'd have to give SK an advantage considering they're the last 2 at Nexus.
Yeah. SK seems like one of the
And Robin's walking out along right now, and he's gonna see Zeus there. Gets picked out.
Zeus playing kind of an unconventional spot on a pistol round. You don't see too many people playing pit on a pistol.
He was actually not even in the pit when he got the kill. He was like
really?
by the wall, really close up, posted up. I think they probably had an idea that SK was going to do that, because that's not really a spot you want to play if anybody but one guy comes there. And it looks like SK is about to go B now, and Navi has already over-rotated. They have 3 people towards that side. And Starix is going to get all the action in just a second here.
Delpan just running up. He's going to run out of ammo, though. And looks like it should be around for Navi, assuming Force doesn't one-shot everyone. There's one shot. Oh, even Gush's start. He could actually... Wow. Yeah. That's forced. I feel like he's been really on at this tournament, so I'd expect big things from him.
How many did he kill? I like that.
He didn't kill. He TK'd face, but he got 2 headshots and he one-shot someone, and then he gooshed the 3rd guy before he died.
SK doing a quick A rush. 3 people out of long, 2 people going cat.
They catch. One's kind of stuck at the elevator box. I don't know if they're going to be able to force jumping into big pit. 3 people on the ramp actually here for Navi. They're kind of stuck here, but unfortunately SK only has deagles. Force takes out one at the long. Edward getting 2 nade and Colt kills.
Those deagles are just not doing anything from big pit right now.
Yeah,
Markaloff and Edward with 2 kills each.
If they did that, if they got bombed out on pistol and did that same strat with a couple of AKs, I feel like that round probably would have gone SK's way.
Even if they only had a Galil in big pit, you could have got all those. They probably would have gotten at least 2 of those rail guys instantly. But Edward with a nice quick rotate, and 3 kills to save the round.
SK is just going to be on a full eco this round. They're kind of forced on this round. They can't buy. Looks like SK is just kind of going up the catwalk.
So how good do you think SK is on Dust 2? Because I've always thought that for the most part, it's not a very good map for SK. I pretty much always thought that they rely on their CT side. They're not a team that is consistently going to grind out 12, 13 rounds as Ts, I don't think. And I think that's always been I think that's always been the case for all your European Swedish teams in general on Dust 2.
Yeah, I feel like SK is the type of team that if they get 9 rounds on T, I think that's a pretty decent half for them. Like, I think for most teams, 9 rounds on T isn't that great. Markov going really aggressive in the middle area, takes out Delpan and Robin. SK is left in a 3v5. I think out of all teams, SK has the best chance of winning these type of rounds, though.
Yeah, and they actually won a lot of them in the ESWC Grand Final on Inferno.
The right players are alive for this clutch too. Face, Get Right, and Force are probably their most clutch players.
Yep.
Looks like they're going to try to gather up on Catwalk. Gathering up Catwalk when you're low in numbers is one of the better things you can do.
Well, I mean, they do have SK and Forest alive, so basically all they need is 2 people to kill a guy before getting shot at. Just hit their first shot, and they can easily win this round. Senny is playing a surprising spot for Forest, though. Gets the kill.
Low time for SK. They're gonna have to
and
bust up.
Zeus,
They're both
Zeus
gonna have to
spotted
get a
them
kill.
right now.
Yeah.
Markelov.
Face super blind.
And Markelov with 4 kills.
Yeah, I mean he's really been the pinnacle for Navi this year. I feel like he's the player that when he's getting like those free rounds for Navi, that's what boosts them over the edge. I feel like Edward can play well, but he doesn't win these huge games for them as much as Markelov does. I feel.
Well, I don't think he ever has. I mean, last year you could argue that Edward was playing better overall than Markelov, simply because they're a good rifler, and with Edward's pistols last year, he could, I guess in a way, have more effort, but Markelov just has that ability to shut down teams so badly with that op. And I think a lot of people prior to the match would have said SK are huge favorites in the series. I don't think anybody actually realized that. I thought this actually is a very close series. I feel like everybody in the comments of every community site was just saying SK is just gonna mop the floor with Navi.
Yeah, when you got Navi versus anyone, you can't knock Navi out. It doesn't really matter who it is. Even if they haven't been playing so well, they were the best team in the world in 2010, and they're not that much worse this year. Even though their placings haven't been as hot, they still got a lot of second and third places. And a couple firsts even, too. So, I mean, it's not like they've been playing bad. I think people have this misconception that Navi are like a 5th best team right now or something.
No, they're definitely not. They're one of the top 3 teams, again, in this game. Also, I mean, Navi won everything last year, so just by them placing top 3s, that makes them look weak in comparison. Plus, another thing is that they've lost some tournaments this year because of having to play best of 1 nukes, and even in best of 3s having to play nuke. They made that mistake at DreamHack where they just wanted to show to SK they're really good on nuke as well, and played that for no reason before SK got up to their like super good level. So I also feel like that best of 3 result is a little dodgy. And it's another close, slow round. Excuse me. SK just waiting far back, trying to avoid any aggressive picks from Navi.
Yeah, SK is the type of team to not go fast. They love playing this slow, methodical T-side. I don't think there's any T-side on any sort of map that they really rush on, except, you know, if they have deagles or something. But like a full gun run, they usually take it slow.
SK is really good at resetting, even if a couple of their players get taken out. So they just want to make sure that they get a fair chance in every round, and they don't just lose a round.
Yeah.
By getting multi-killed.
Really nice play, Zeus.
SK is gonna fake cat right now, and then go back to B. We have both Edward and Starks playing B, so we'll see what happens. Both of them get a frag.
Overextension by Delpan. Starks is in a good position to get a...
Starks still at the back of the middle.
Starks just quick peeking from the door there, forcing a really bad position here. Zeus just going aggressive in the window.
Yeah, and that SK really seems very surprised to find Starks playing these spots. Last round he was in that little edge on, like behind the little edge on the wall, and then this round he was hiding backplat. I feel like SK should be more aware of Starks always being the B player. They saw Edward by the doors, and to me that means Starks is still hiding somewhere in the site.
Yeah, Starks is one of the players, when he plays a small site, he never peeks. He always hides, and he'll always just try and get 1 or 2 kills from the side before letting them in.
Well, just staying alive for longer gives your team way more time to rotate.
Yeah. SK is just going straight walk-up cat. They're just trying to force this round pretty much right here. I don't think
Zeus is playing inside catwalk. He's taken out by Face.
They still have 3A though. Markelov in A site getting pinched over here, misses some off shots, gets taken out by Robin. Delpan trades on Edward. Face is just going to drop in a spawn. They're going to try to get these guns.
That could actually
end up costly. Senia's down to 10 health, and
Yeah, they're too
Garrett's
low
about to
for it.
flank them.
Yeah.
Oh,